My ex-wife thought that she was going to get the typical player before she met me. And then she was going to show the typical player that she wasn't going to be played. Okay. But then she met me, kind of like somebody applying for a job, and then they find out that they can just jump the supervisor or have, be an entrepreneur through the same company instead of having to actually be at work and work those 8 hours. And that was kind of the scenario that we met in. Like, she realized that she don't have to worry about a player. This guy, even though he's practicing fornication with her, he's contemplating Christianity. He's trying to walk with the Lord. So there you have it. So I don't know if I'm giving you dating advice. I think every man is different, and I think that as the world is becoming very cold right now, especially in the dating world, in the marriage world, the world is becoming very cold. Marriage is a cold place anymore. Dating, you know what I'm saying? If you had great sex, that's about the beginning and the end of it. After that, it's down to the muddy waters. You know what I mean? Can't get a good, clear drink out of there. Everybody can bang, but everybody can't, produce love. Let me say that again. Everybody can bang. Bang hard, okay? And bang into enjoyment, but they can't produce love. So I don't look at the tall man that's about, 5'10", over 6 feet tall. He stands above all these pretty women, and these women are looking up at him, and they look like little kids when they look up to him, and they have that big smile and blush on their face, and I don't look at that and try to step outside of my place. I believe that every man has his own chemistry with different women. Don't let your friends tell you that you have to be confident. If you're not already confident, your confidence is going to be like speaking a foreign language. People are going to just look at you and say, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're talking about. They're going to go quiet on you and walk out. I mean, you can't, if you don't already have confidence, if it's not just a natural part of your genes, if it's not your God-given gift, don't let anybody tell you that you have to go out there and you have to be all these things to women and all like that, because we all have different height levels. We all have different, you know what I'm saying? And today it's, women no longer look at men based on just looks and personality. Because if you got a personality and a woman's trying to get paid and laid, if you got a funny personality, you're considered a player. Okay? But if you play this like, look at me, this is all I got, this is all mine, I own all this, and what you want, babe? Then they look at you differently and they feel they gotta humble themselves a little bit. Now me, I fall right in between there because, and I was taught this by other men who, I don't know, maybe lack confidence because usually they're taller than me. Or something, but it really works. I've been taught to just not care. Now, as a Christian, I do care because any woman that I come across, I care about her life. Even if we never ever tie the knot, even if she's not my type, even if I'm not her type, even if she's beautiful, even if every man wants her and I'm the only one talking to her. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. I care about her life more than I care about getting a date. I care about her, you know, her peace and her happiness. Okay? My problem with dating is that women are very quick to put me in creep mode. But the tall guy can walk up and say something about her chest and get a date. The tall guy can walk up to her and say something very sexual, very sexist, and get a date. For me, you know, if I tell her she got nice eyes, oh, she'll never smile at me again. If I tell her you seem like a nice lady, what do you do, you know, on the weekends? What do you do for fun? It's like I go into creep mode. But then I hear from a lot of women also that I'm stuck up and that I don't talk to anybody. I ask these ladies at my job, I says, why are you always looking for the other officer and you ain't never looking for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I like to BS with the other officers. I says, oh, you can't BS with me? And she says, well, you're too, you be all serious and junk. I don't really agree with that. And one of the things I notice in this world today is that the love of many is wax cold. The world is cold. And love is cold. Marriage is cold. It's a cold place nowadays. People cheat like it's just business. I mean, you just said that you'll never cheat. You just said that you just said that you love each other, but then, and don't get me wrong, some women have been through so much. And after all they've been through and having kids and all like that, they're still drop dead gorgeous. So they're going to go out there and everything from, abort all these babies to charging all this child support to all these different men to giving all these men STDs. And they still come out pretty, drop dead beautiful on top, I'll never understand, but I don't like being in creep mode. I'm not a creep. I'm a very nice guy. I'm very patient. And I'm okay with being stuck in friend mode. Okay. I think, in my opinion, as a Christian, because I'm not going to practice fornication anyway, with anybody. I don't care I don't care what our feelings and what our chemistry is. If we got chemistry, then I should be able to practice my faith and be loyal to my faith in God when I am coming upon this woman. I should be able to practice my faith in God around the woman that would be the right woman for me. I shouldn't have to dilute my morals and throw Jesus under the bus, okay, to get some cooch. Or to throw Jesus under the bus to be seen with a pretty girl. To take a pretty girl out on a good date. And all my friends pat me on the back and say, whoa, that's your new girlfriend, And I've met women who, in the church, I've met women in the church who were like, hey, yeah, we can get together. We can go out. And then it was like, how come I don't want to go? How come I don't want to go in their house? And I'm like, that's not appropriate. Who else is in there? Your mom in there? Your brother in there? Who? No. I sent them all away. It's just me and you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get down. And I'm like, no, we're not. I'm a Christian. You knew that. We go to church together. What do you mean we're going to get down? Get down to what? You know. And why should I want to throw Jesus under the bus to get some cooch when all the guys that are getting cooch are always getting dumped? And the only reason why they get more women is because they keep getting dumped. But as far as getting more cooch, that's like far apart. Nobody likes to be honest about how much cooch they don't get. Okay? And then if women are smart and if women got something good going on with themselves, a lot of times they'll go out with a guy and have a guy buy him drinks and buy him a meal and, pay for the Uber and everything or whatever it needs to be. And still don't give them no cooch for days, weeks, and months. That doesn't bother me because, to me, any woman that I'm interested in, we are automatically in friend mode until we find out that it's time to leave friend mode. Okay, friend mode is the beginning of any successful relationship. Let me say that again. Friend mode is the beginning of any successful relationship because you have to be friends with your wife. Take it the other way. Back it up. You have to be good friends with your wife. This stuff about, oh, well, me and my wife can be romantic and we can have great sex. See, I had that in my last marriage. Me and my wife had great sex. But when we weren't having sex, we couldn't just sit in a room and be quiet. We couldn't just sit in a room and experience and enjoy each other's chemistry. If I opened my mouth, I automatically wasn't talking about what she wanted to talk about. And I'm a man, I don't talk as much as women. If she opened her mouth, it was always to complain about something. Okay? And to cause a fight about something. Maybe we should have stayed in bed all day. So we wouldn't fight, Because that's all we had was sex. I don't want that. And I never was happy with that. For 10 years, all we had was sex. I could never talk to her. And when she talked to me, she was never content to just talk to me and vent and accept the fact that I'm listening. She knows I don't want to interrupt her because if I interrupt her, then she gets mad. She knows that she doesn't want me to jump in there and give her all this advice because then I didn't ask you for advice, I might just ask you to listen. Okay. It didn't take me 10 years to understand that I'm not to talk when she's talking. I'm not to give her advice unless she asks me for advice. I'm just supposed to let her vent. Okay? And as much as I can even understand from a Christian standpoint that might be somewhat natural, I don't want to be in another relationship where I'm just going to let a woman vent. About what? A life that I'm supposed to be, an institution I'm supposed to be running. Oh, you're going to tell me, you need to vent to me about your unhappiness, which tells me I'm not making you happy. No. Next time I get married, and it will be marriage. It won't be smash and bang before we get married. It will be marriage before smash and bang. Okay? That's the way God ordained it. Okay? For all of us. Not just me, but you too. You ain't no exception. But the next time I get married, I'm going to look for chemistry. And I'm not going to let my friends tell me who I have chemistry with. I'm going to let God show me who I have chemistry with. Okay? Next time I have chemistry with a woman, and it's not going to just stop at sexual chemistry. That sexual chemistry is going to be translated into intellectual, social, Christian, marriage material chemistry. Okay. But is it wrong for me to feel that I don't need to? Is it wrong for me to feel that I'm not in the right lane? I'm not on the right platform to go out there and be trying to sport women and say, hey, ladies, what's going on? Hey, ladies, what's going on, ladies? You know, that's not me. I'm the guy that, how y'all doing? You having a good time? Okay. And I keep on walking. Well, why, D-Roy? Why would you do that? Because I know that I'm not, number one, I'm not a player. And I'm not going to give a woman the idea that I want to lay down with her that way. When what I want to do is get to know her, because maybe I want to get married again someday very soon. And I want her to understand that I'm a Christian. I don't think like a lot of other men. I'm not. And the only difference between tall, handsome, built men in the church is that it's harder for the more handsome guy to maintain himself in the eyes of God under the authority of the Holy Spirit. It's harder for him to maintain than it is for me, because women will come after him. Women are always all blushes and smiles, and you know, they forgot where they was at when he comes around. You know, that doesn't happen to me. Women look at me and then they're worried about, oh, me not understanding that they're, I don't know, I get the idea that you want me to make sure that I understand immediately that you're above my league. But, you know, I'm not standing here to sniff and smell your perfume, ma'am. I'm on the job. I didn't come to this bus stop and stand here because you're here, ma'am. I'm actually waiting on a bus. Okay? I didn't come to church because I saw some pretty ladies in here. I actually came here to worship God like everybody else. Why do I always have to be Mr. Creepy? Why do I always have to be get the cold shoulder before I get a smile? Why do I always have to, you know, I get looks because I'm not looking. But the minute I say hello, I got one thing on my mind. And that really bugs me. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks I'm this little guy. Like, I don't know that, you know, my belly is so many inches away from my waist. I got these love handles. You know, you think that don't bother me? You think that doesn't shut my mouth every day? I'm 5'3.5", and every other guy that comes around her is going to be almost twice my height. You know, you think I don't respect that? You think I don't respect a woman's right to be attracted to taller men and her right to be attracted to men that have no, you know, fat or no extra meat on their bones or whatever, or men that are built, or men that are military, or men that are, you know, got, you know, make million? No. But if you say yes, that I should respect all that stuff, how do you tell me to have confidence then? Why should I have confidence? I'm not a millionaire. Why should I have confidence? Okay. I don't have a six pack. Why should I have confidence? Okay. And I haven't always had a six pack. Haven't always been bald. I take it back. I haven't always had a pot belly. I haven't always been bald. I haven't always been, you know, wrinkles and, you know, scarring finally showed up. It should have showed up a long time ago when I was younger, because that's what happened. You know, I haven't always been wrinkles. I haven't always been diabetic. I haven't always been, you know, but I'm okay if you say I should give up on love. 'Cause I don't have it. That's fine. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Okay. But my question is, does a man with these modern day women, and when I say modern, I don't mean young women, I mean um, women that are millennials, women that believe in, liberal women. When I say modern women, I'm talking about feminist women, liberal women. Okay, I really don't get along with those. But the prettiest women are usually the feminists and the liberals and the women who, don't mind flaunting it. But I've always said when a woman flaunts, it's not just for her husband. And it's not just for her boyfriend or the guy that she wants to go out with. It's for everybody. Any woman that feels that she needs to wear all that tight stuff and show all that cleavage when she's a married woman, she doesn't realize exactly who her husband is. She doesn't realize that she's only creating something that she vowed to not let happen. Because, why are you parading yourself if you're only going to sleep with one man? If you don't want your husband catching you flirting with a guy, if you're not going to give other guys your phone number, okay? If you're not going to go out here and play this game like you got all these male friends, okay, and they're in your phone and your husband's not a jealous guy and all like that, why do you need to dress like that? You're dressing like that because you want a certain type of attention. I've seen some of the most half-dressed, sexiest, most beautifulest women get mad because ain't nobody paying attention to them. But sweetheart, you're supposed to be here for 8 hours working. You didn't come here to get dates. You came here to work. So, what shall I do? I am D-Roy Cruz. On my Big D channel. I know this channel is about music and all like that. What do you think I should do in my situation? I really don't want a woman that is a potbelly like me. I really don't want a woman who is as ugly as me. I really don't even really want a woman that's as short as me. You know, I know a woman up the street that's shorter than me, and she's the only one that I have eyes for in this neighborhood right here. Um, all the other women they walk by, they're beautiful, but just one up the street, she just does it for me, and I don't even know her. I have a horrible crush on her. I just want to breathe her air so bad. I just want to know what she's about. If I could just get her to have a conversation with me. No, I don't want to have sex with her. I'm not looking, I mean, yeah, I mean, all the guys are talking about her, I mean, yeah, she's beautiful from head to toe, but I don't think she dates black guys. And I think the language barrier bothers her more than it bothers Americans. Um, but my God, it's the guys that really know what they're looking at when they look at a woman to get rejected. It's the guys that really, 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 really have honest chemistry for women that ain't just about sex and scoring and showing, trophies and showing these women off, okay, to get pats on the back from their friends. But I really have a crush and attraction for this girl, you know. But you know what I mean? even though I'm just a little wee bit taller than her. Maybe she wants a guy that's 6.5 feet tall. Maybe she wants a younger guy. Maybe she wants a guy that, I know she's in her 40s and I'm in my 50s. Maybe she wants a guy that's in her 20s. She's hot enough for a guy that's in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she wants a guy that's rich because, she doesn't drive. She works a rinky-dink job. You know what I mean? She's taking care of her son. You know what I mean? Who knows? I might finally find out one day that she actually has a boyfriend or something living with her who's crippled or something. I'm going to feel like an idiot. And the reason why I never see him with her is because, he's sick or disabled or something, or who knows? She might be a 40-year-old sugar baby. Who knows? I don't know what's going on with her. But, I did try to speak to her one day. I tried to joke around with her one day once we started, because we used to ride the bus constantly every single day together. And I tried to talk to her, but she gave me that creepy thing. She did the creepy thing. I don't like that creepy crap. And as soon as she did that creepy crap, I left her alone. Now she acts like she's paying attention. Like, you got something to say? No, I ain't got nothing to say. You put me in creep mode. I ain't gonna say nothing, because then you gonna try to put me in creepy mode. But that's it. I mean, my question to you is: are there women here who have a brother or a friend that's going through this, or maybe you can tell me what causes you to put a guy in creepy mode? If you're a guy watching this, are you going through this? Are you, a man of small stature? Are you a little bit out of shape? Are you up in age? You know, um, you know. And if you're a Christian, you know, pray for me and give me some advice. But, I'd like to hear from what you got to say. I'd like to hear what you got to say. I really would. So God bless you. I am D-Roy Cruz. Just wanted to put some content on this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon with more. God bless.